It's time to explore more of the cosmic side of Marvel. And this time, we'll be looking at Annihilation Conquest, the follow-up to Annihilation. But most likely, I need to catch you up on some of these characters. Now, Quasar is Phyla, the hero from the previous Annihilation. At the end of our previous tale, she took over the power. Star-Lord is still going by Peter Quill because he refuses to take up the mantle of Star-Lord once again, and he is now trying to help the Kree find true peace. But what is going to cause him to make his own team to battle against them? Nova is still off saving the galaxy with the world mind in his helmet, and it's beginning to grow taxing on his body and his time. And Moondragon, well, she's still working with Phyla. She's Drax's daughter, gifted with the ability of mind reading. And speaking of Moondragon and the new Quasar, since Annihilation, they've been off doing good in the galaxy and they're stopping space pirates. They open fire on Quasar as she blocks the shots and leaps in, blasting the aliens with her quantum bands. But something weird happens. She hears a voice calling out to her. She responds asking who is it, and that's when Moondragon leaps in, kicking the aliens in the head. They fight side by side until every pirate is stopped. And then Quasar holds Moondragon close, and they reflect on the power of the quantum bands. Can Phyla replace Wendell Vaughn, the original Quasar? Meanwhile, up in space, Peter Quill is riding with the Kree fleet preparing for their final tasks. The Space Knights will be joining Lord Ronan and be forming an alliance with the Kree, all orchestrated by Peter Quill. Since the near annihilation of the entire universe, he has been spending his time as a freelance combat advisor. He walks into the back room calling up Richard Rider, the only remaining Nova in the galaxy, asking if he'll be joining him for the final signing of the treaty. Richard tells him that he's a bit busy. Being the only Nova is kind of time-consuming. Peter walks out onto the deck where he sees Daystar of the Space Knights, and he welcomes him to Hala with a forced smile. They exchange a few words, and Daystar admits the Annihilation War taught everyone that we need to join the galaxy together to stop these threats. No one can stand alone. To help protect Hala from any further altercations, they are sending their Sentry models to patrol the planet. It has already been approved by Lord Ronan. Back with Quasar, she walks into the chambers of the Temple of Pama, and she begins to talk to her quantum bands. They spoke earlier, and she would like to know what's going on. They explain that she is Quasar, and Wendell Vaughn was Quasar before her, but now she is needed. Danger is coming, disaster for the Kree, a conquest, the end of all things. The only thing that will save the Kree is the Savior. You must find him. Back with the treaty, Peter looks up to see a starship explode, and his assistant informs him that the entire war net is down. Peter takes a look through his cybernetic eye and he sees that whatever Daystar Space Knights are doing, it's causing incompatibilities which are causing the crash, and Daystar looks at him. There are no incompatibilities. Peter realizes what's going on. You bastards! We trusted you! Daystar grabs Peter by the hand, forcing him to his knees as he breaks it. There is no incompatibility. We must join together to make the galaxy safe. That's when Peter sees Daystar's eyes, and they're overrun with a techno-organic virus. Daystar gives out the command for the Space Knights to kill anyone who is not willing to join of their own free will. Peter looks up to see the Centuries just destroying everything in front of him, and more flying in from space. He crawls up to a wall with his broken hand bandaged up, and he tries to call in for help, but no one answers. They all want to know what's going on. Peter looks out the window at the fires in the city and the burning rubble that is the former Kree homeworld, and he sees the Sentries forming something, building a tower of sorts. It grows larger and larger until it touches the sky, and a giant bolt of power blasts into space. Over on the Fringe Worlds, Quasar and Moondragon see it, so Quasar suits up and blasts towards it as she lands into Kree space, and that's when she realizes that some kind of barrier has gone up and she's locked in with it. She has no idea what's going on, and then a sudden surge runs through the bands, showing her the future, showing her the Guardians of the Galaxy, Wraith, the techno-organic virus, and the Kree, and it tells her, you need to find the Redeemer. She begins to fall weak as she tells the bands that she will. Back with Peter, he's watching the tower grow as his assistant and the other Kree soldiers arrive to give him a hand. He tosses them all guns, telling them it is time to try and take back Hala. And as they get to a corner, prepared to charge in, he realizes no one is answering him. He looks back to see the worst thing that he could imagine. All of the Kree are now under the control of the virus. We must join together. Peter looks at his assistant. Never been much of a joiner. And they open fire on him, pushing him out the window. With that, Peter Quill falls to his death from thousands of feet in the sky. On the day that the Kree Empire fell, in its place stood one being, one race, one techno-organic virus that was attempting to join the entire galaxy. It started with the Space Knights and the Kree, but it won't end there, because the Phalanx have come, and they will be the galaxy's saviors! Now this begins our next Marvel Cosmic Epic. This does go into a bunch of miniseries just like Annihilation, but I've picked a couple that I personally have truly enjoyed, and I hope that you will too. We're going to be covering the Nova storyline, the Star-Lord storyline, and then we will get to Conquest, when we discover what is actually behind this virus. I hope you guys are excited because I am excited. Marvel Cosmic Epics are just epic. I love space epics. I hope you love space epics. I will see you next time right here, so subscribe so you don't miss a single moment of this entire event. Good luck to all of those standing against the Phalanx.